thanks to everyone at Savvy Ladies for having me today. So welcome, ladies. We're going to be talking about how to elevate your style in order to elevate your success. There's going to be a lot of good tips today, so I do suggest have a notebook ready. Be ready to make some notes. If you see something you love in the slides, take a screenshot of it and wait till the end. And I have a special offer for all of you that are going to be listening live on the call today. So definitely wait and join me at the end for that. So to set the stage for you today, before we can go into style and dressing and the clothing, let's set the framework. Let's set the stage. So each of you listening in today has a different career and a different job. So I want you to consider your career as the stage of your business and picture yourself as the leading lady of your life. And now consider and embrace every day as an event, as if you are on stage, and think about how will you dress to lead and succeed. So in order to dress the part, first you must identify what is your role and your goal, what is your industry and your audience, what are your events and your environments. And this is absolutely where I start when I work with a new client. It's not about like, let's go into the closet, let's go shopping. It's really, I need to know who and how you are, your lifestyle, your personality, what your job title is, and what your goals are for your job. I need to know what your industry is. If you're in law and finance, I need to know who you're reporting to. And also I need to know your events. That could be every day going to work, networking, and environments. Do you travel? So again, what is your role? And when we talk about role, think about your role now and where you're going next. Are you an intern with your eyes set on, a full-time job within that company? Are you an administrative assistant looking for the next, level up? Or you could be an associate with your eye on manager, a manager with your eye on director. You could be someone who's looking to, like myself, found and start your own company and become, senior VP or CEO. You could work in corporate and have your eyes set on partner, or be a founder yourself. So identify your role of where you are now and where you're going next. And also identify your goal. Because have goals for what you're dressing for. When you dress with intention, you can absolutely attract people, opportunities, impress people, really set out that great first impression. So identify what your goal is. If you're in business for yourself, is it to increase your client base? If you work in corporate, is it to gain respect from your peers or the superiors you're reporting to? Or maybe you are a supervisor and a manager and you need to gain respect from the teams that you're leading. Your goal could be to advance to the next position, attract ideal clients. Again, if you're in business for yourself and you're going to networking events, there's a way to dress that's going to attract your ideal client based on what you're wearing. Are your goals to travel internationally or to be able to work from multiple locations? And if you do have your own company, maybe your goal is to get an investor. How are you going to dress in a way to attract that investor? So again, on your stage of business, also it's important to identify your industry. Recognize the mission of the company, whether it's you're working for someone else or yourself, but also declare your own personal mission within that company, your role and your goal. So industries can be everything. I can't even list how many industries are out there, right? PR, marketing, health, wellness, fashion, tech, artist, web designer. These can be under that category of more business casual, creative. You have a little more freedom with what you can wear. The importance of identifying your industry and identifying your audience is that you want to blend in. You want to blend in within that culture and environment, yet stand out as your own entity within that environment. You might be have a job in corporate, law, finance, accounting, fintech. A lot of my clients work in law and finance. So when you work in corporate, you, again, identify the industry, your audience. You want to learn how to blend in but stand out. The dress code rules in a lot of corporate firms are a little bit more business formal. I still work with some clients who cannot wear jeans to work. So ask those questions before you go on the interview. Once you start the job, it's not just about looking around at what your peers are wearing, because they're like you and they might not know. Look for just that next level up. What is the person you're reporting to wearing? Who's setting the tone from the top? So there's that notice of blending in but still standing out. It doesn't mean you have to wear a navy suit to work every single day. It means be dressed formally so you're blending in, but maybe you want to pop like a blush pink, or a hot pink blouse under that navy suit to stand out. So it's important to identify your industry, your audience, to ask those questions so that you know you're blending in within the work environment and the culture, but also to stand out. And it's the same if you're starting at a startup. Like, you don't want to go on that interview with a very, very formal suit when you see like, oh my gosh, they're Google and they're totally casual with jeans. So do your homework first. Do your research, learn the industry, learn who you're reporting to so that you can dress in a way that you blend in, yet stand out. Now, your audience, right? We're on this stage of business. So consider your audience, who you interact with, who you need to influence, who you need to impress, and who you need to inspire. This is across the board. This is if you're in business for yourself and you need to attract ideal clients. If you need to impress your boss because you've started a new job, you've just moved here, you've just moved from a different city and are starting a new job. And whom do you need to inspire? Are you now the name and face of your own brand and you need to start doing, live Facebook videos or live Instagram videos? So be very aware of who your audience is, because you want to be relatable to them. You want them to relate to you. If you're in health and wellness, you yourself should look, healthy and wear juicy colors. If you're a lawyer and want to be taken seriously, but have like maybe you have a little sassy edge to you because you're an entertainment lawyer, have a little something edgy about your outfit. So being clear on your audiences so that you can be relatable, yet also stand out as the expert. Identify your events, okay? So, oh my gosh, getting dressed for work every day, yes, but there's also events. Maybe you're interviewing, maybe you have meetings with superiors. There's a certain, again, it's about dressing with purpose. Identify those events so that you know how to best present yourself. You've got one chance to make that best first impression, and beyond the first impression, you also want to be aware of how will you be remembered. If you're on that interview, you don't want to be remembered as the person that wore, chunky bracelets that were moving around and making lots of noise and clanging around and everything. You want to be remembered as the person who has put together, did her research, and shows up, fresh, dressed, ready to go. If your events are networking and conferences, think of what you can wear to stand out from the crowd. If your events are speaking live from stage or presentations, also now really you're the expert. Think about using color. Think about, how beautifully fitting your garments are going to be because all eyes are on you. Think of that eye-catching thing that's the next level up from what the audience is seeing so that you're seen as the expert. I have clients that do TV and video. This is my client, Sonia Satra. She has her own business called Modicize. So I always make sure that she's in bright, vibrant colors so she's ready for all of her TV and how-to videos. Be aware of your environments. Once you travel, if you're in different cultures, there's a big difference between New York City and Phoenix. You might have to tone it down for Phoenix. If you're going to Korea or India, know what the traditions are of these other countries so that you can dress appropriately. So again, really tap into your story. Who are you? Ask yourself, who am I now and where am I going next? What opportunities am I trying to magnetize? Beyond the first impression, how do I want to be remembered? What does my outfit say about me? Boom. When you put that outfit on, look in that mirror before you head out the door and literally ask yourself, what does my outfit say about me? Do I look confident? Do I look poised? Do I look put together? Do I look smart? Or was I lazy and didn't put the jewelry on and people are going to think, oh, this is someone that doesn't pay attention to details? And also, how will I reach my goal? By dressing for it. I'm going to share a little bit about my story, and then we'll get into some great examples of how you can elevate your style. So for me, I'm just going to outline for you my role, my goal, and how I dressed for it. I was like this awkward kid in the Midwest. I was a total tomboy, loved playing with dolls, loved sewing and making things for myself, but I also loved soccer. And I had these big dreams of going to New York City to become a fashion designer, to go to FIT. It was like New York City, here I come. So that was then. This is now. I worked in fashion design for 18 years, and 5 years ago I started my own personal styling business. So again, I knew my role and my goal. My role as a fashion designer, my goal, become a personal stylist with her own styling business. So I needed to dress that part. And there was a specific event that I went to a couple years back, and I had the opportunity to meet one of my heroes, Tim Gunn. And I knew that if I dressed in a way that I could achieve my goal of meeting one of my heroes, Tim Gunn. So I put on this bright red coat, and lo and behold, I didn't even have to come up to him to shake his hand. I entered the room. He was surrounded by a group of people. He turned his head. This was at the Brooklyn Museum of Art. He was walking through the exhibit before he was going to be presenting that night. I walked into the room. He was surrounded by people. His head turned, and he said, "Well, hello, who are you in that fabulous red coat?" Ladies, this is the power of dressing with purpose. By me putting on this fabulous red coat, I stood out against the dark walls. He noticed me first. That's the power of dressing with intention. When you walk into that networking event, when you show up on that interview, when you're on TV or video, when you're going through your office every day, you just need to get through your day and be comfortable. This is the power of dressing with intention. And I met him, and we chatted away, and I got my questions answered, and I got to meet one of my style heroes. So let's overview how you can achieve elevating your style and success. I want you to identify who your sheroes are. Yes, those female heroes in your life. And we're going to talk about how to do that on a Pinterest board, how to define your fashion formula, identify your thing that makes you memorable, how to accessorize to emphasize. We're also going to talk about power pieces, making more with less, and what to invest in, your coat, your bag, your shoes, your wardrobe module. I'm also going to stick around for the end. We're going to talk about 10 top key items to update your look now. This happens to be going live. We're in April in New York City. So I'm going to focus on things that are spring, summer, but also things that are going to be seasonless and take you all year round. And then how to put it all together in person and online to stand out. Hang around at the end, like Maggie said, for some Q&A. Type in your questions as you go, take some notes, and please stay to the end because I have a very special offer for all of you to experience my styling services, the opportunity to. So I want you to identify your sheroes. Did you hear about the new Barbies that are out? Oh my gosh, from Frida Kahlo and all this. So I want you to identify who your sheroes are, because it's good to have that style icon to see like what style relates to you. Yora Olai, she happens to be one of the Forbes 30 under 30. She represents product development at Walker & Company. She represents beauty of women of color. So look at her. She represents that image. She's in a vibrant color. Her skin has a healthy glow. Her hair looks fabulous. Lauren Aronson, right? A little bit different signature style, and what makes her different. Press secretary, House Ways and Means Committee. A little bit more business formal, but she's still wearing a bright color, neat and tailored. She's got her classic pearls, but they're a little bit bold. She's got her nails done. Indra Nooyi, CEO of Pepsi & Co. Look at her signature. She's bringing a little bit of her ethnicity into what she's wearing, a beautiful scarf. She happens to be Indian. So these are all female leaders who are, making it and shaking it, whether they're in their 20s or their 70s and everything in between. I want you to look at each of these slides and see if you can identify something that you're like, ooh, I like that dress, or I like that haircut. Linda Johnson Rice, she's one of the newest CEOs that's been elected to the board of Tesla. How awesome is that? Another female CEO. But look at her. She's not in a boring navy suit. She's speaking and she's in a dress with floral. And look at her fabulous cropped hair. Look at what is going to make her memorable, that hair, that dress. Andrea Jung, one of the chairmen and CEOs at Avon Products. Just again, Avon, that spitting image of beauty, she's put together, she's elegant. Madeleine Albright, she is known for her pins. So what makes her memorable is wearing these signature pins. This happens to be What do you think of when you're looking at her right now? Those are doves. So she's bringing about an image of peace. So there's ways to translate, you know, your messaging through your accessories and what you wear. And one of my favorite style icons, Iris Apfel, she's been doing collaborations for Macy's. She's been doing fun stuff. She's actually an interior designer who's become a style icon. But look at her signature. For her, it's like more is more. Load on the accessories. And her mother told her at a young age, you might not be the prettiest girl in the room, so you're going to have to learn to style it and accessorize. So I share that with you, ladies, so that each of these images, think about what's making them memorable. What is their thing? Is it their haircut? Is it their glasses? If it's their accessories? Is it the colors they're wearing? So this way, you can identify what's your thing. What is the thing that's going to make you memorable and stand out? Oh my gosh, and we all love Malala, right? She's always in her traditional garb. She's staying very anchored and rooted in her Pakistani background so she can show other young women what's possible and be that human rights advocate for education for girls. So if you're celebrating your ethnicity and your heritage and your culture, find ways to do that with your personal style. I don't know if you two anyone out there listen to Two Dope Queens. I think these ladies are hilarious. They're like bringing comedy to new levels. They started with a podcast. Now they have an HBO show. So again, your role, your goal, and anything's possible. They have a really funky flair to them. Your sheroes might be women from television. Viola Davis, Kerry Washington from Scandal, Robin Wright from House of Cards. So think about your sheroes, and I highly encourage you to start a Pinterest page. You can follow mine. It's Sterl on Style. Everything you're going to see in this presentation, the images are on Pinterest. You can start your own board. You can collect images. So this is a great way to tap into defining what your signature style is going to be. And again, think about what makes you memorable. Is it your hair, your glasses, your bold smile? I mean, we all know who Oprah is. She has such an outstanding style about her. Maybe you're the woman in the red dress and the leopard shoes. Again, identify that thing that's going to make you memorable. Because remember this, dress shabbily and they remember the dress. Dress impeccably and they remember the woman. You want to be remembered as that woman, as that expert, confident, smart, taking herself seriously. All right, so let's go through some examples here. If you have a casual career, there's a way to dress up jeans. I highly recommend to always pop a blazer on top of jeans. Jeans are perceived as casual. The blazer is perceived as smart and tailored and pulled together. So there's a way to do business casual that still looks dressed up and pulled together. The ripped jeans, I say save it for the weekends unless you're in a very, very casual work environment, a startup, and you see everyone else around you, including the CEO or founder, if they're in their 20s or 30s wearing ripped jeans, then cool. But I would default to saving the ripped jeans for the weekend and investing in a great pair of clean jeans. Now, the trick with business casual is you don't want to be knit on top of knit on top of knit. If you're wearing a casual sweater over knit pants, it's going to look a little too sloppy. So anytime you have a knit or a cardigan or a soft jacket, you want to pair it back with something that's tailored. There's a way to layer, put a fun sweater on top of a button-down blouse, or wear a blouse with sleeves on its own, and it's up to you, flats or pumps. You might be a little bit more fashionista, and you might be a little more edgy. So think of a different type of blazer, something with a ruffle or a leather jacket. Now, if you work in corporate, keep in mind your environment. You might need to default to a little bit more business formal. But there are still ways outside of the traditional notch collar jacket and pant. Look for pretty skirt suitings that have a little bit different edge to them. Maybe it's collarless, maybe it's peplum, maybe it has a little leather detail in it, or maybe it's a beautiful, I know I had to put Michelle Obama in my presentation. She's still one of my sheroes. She was always so chic and put together. So just think about your suiting, and you want to keep it more formal. But it doesn't mean it has to be boring. Again, even the woman on the left, she's got a great fitting suit, but she styled it up with a necklace and added some fun pumps to it. Create beautiful balance in your clothes with figure flattering silhouettes. Dresses are absolutely easy, wear to work. Just make sure you're wearing it the right length, grazing the knee. You don't want to go too short and be distractive. But again, add a little personality, a little bit of color, a little bit of color blocking, and definitely be comfortable in your clothes and wear things that are figure flattering. For my clients that are expecting, again, it gets a little bit more limiting, but there's ways to zhuzh it up if you're pregnant. Wear a stretchy dress underneath, and again, that tailored blazer is going to be the thing that gets you through. It adds polish, it adds frame, it adds professionalism. So you can be an all stretchy, comfortable underneath. Your shoulder point to point does not change much before, during, and after pregnancy. What changes is everything that's going on in the middle. So by wearing a jacket, keeping it open, you can wear this jacket before and after, but it just pulls it together and gives it frame and keeps it looking polished. The other thing I love are vests. Vests are so figure flattering. Look at how polished she looks on the right with that white vest. Now think, if she didn't have that white vest on, she'd just be like a plain black knit dress. But by putting this long vest on, again, it's tailored. It gives a little bit of frame. It creates vertical lines, and she looks so elegant and put together. Look for flattering blouses. Wear them over stretchy pants. Have a pop of color. Look for color block. And always add a fun necklace. Again, taking that tailored blazer over an easy top, and look at that fun update on the right for spring, summer. Add a little bit of floral, a neutral blazer. You can wear it over stretched jeans for a business casual look. We're going to talk colors. There's ways to elevate black, right? Black is such a basic go-to, but think about popping black with a jewel tone. The thing with black is black absorbs light. So if you wear black, you're going to blend in, or if you wear black on camera or film, it's going to absorb the light. So if you are to wear black, think, I must illuminate another element. So wear a bright colored blouse, or look at how cute she is in her mustard yellow skirt popped against that black blazer, and add a little print. Think about wearing rich jewel tones, cobalt blue, wear it back to black. Oh, my other favorite thing is, if you are going to wear all black, mix textures. Black leather with black suede, black wool with black cashmere. There's an art and a beauty to wearing all black, and think about mixing textures. Grays are a beautiful alternative to all black, and think about mixing them with soft pastels and metallics. Think about your eye color and your hair color. Jennifer Aniston, every time you see her, like, her eyes just pop because they put her in that beautiful blue. So think of your eye color as a way to enhance your color palette. Maybe you don't want to wear black at all. There's an art and beauty to mixing neutrals. Think about taupes and creams and blush pinks and mixing those all together. If you've noticed how they styled Kerry Washington on Scandal, she didn't wear black like for the first few seasons, and it was just this beautiful palette of mixing neutrals. Navy is a great go-to, and you are absolutely allowed to wear navy with black. The woman on the right is wearing a navy dress with black shoes, black accessories. There's also ways to brighten navy back to beige accessories and prints. And the woman on the left, she's got a brown leather jacket pulled in it. So navy is back. It's a great color. And yes, you can wear it back to black or beiges or neutrals. You might be in a color palette where browns and teals look rich and beautiful. So think about these jewel tones against brown. If you're a redhead, if you're a brunette, browns, camels, and neutrals look beautiful on you. Also think of these new base colors that are out there. The alternative to black is this beautiful, rich burgundy color. It looks anchored. It's dark and deep, but at least it's a color and not black. Look how she stands out against the background. Cobalt blue is another great base color. Check you out. If you wore that dress at a networking event where everyone else is wearing black, who's going to get noticed? Or maybe your power color is red. So remember to use the power of color to stand out. Accessories are another great way to personalize your look, ladies. You can tap into and give people hints of your heritage and your history Like, let's say you were going to a networking event and you're representing a nonprofit that helps education for women in India. Wear a piece of Indian jewelry, because someone in the room is going to come up to you and go, wow, I noticed those beautiful earrings you're wearing. They remind me of India. And then you can segue in and say, well, I'm actually an advocate and I work for, you know, women's rights in India. Or you could be a fashion designer and your jewelry is produced in Nigeria. By wearing those bracelets, like even if you wore one of those bracelets with a formal black suit, someone in the room is going to take notice and be like, hey, I noticed your bracelet. What are you all about? Accessories can emphasize, so make yours unique. Make it yours to make your mark. This is a great way of attracting people to you. It becomes a conversation piece. You know, maybe your religion, you wear a hijab, but look how funky and modern and cool she looks. So think of your accessories as ways to give people a key into who and how you are, and it can be a total conversation opener, especially if you're a little bit of an introvert, if you're shy at networking events. It's a way to draw people to you and a total conversation opener. By simply adding a necklace to a simple outfit, you give it pop, you give it posh, you give it elegance. Keep it simple. Think about statement necklaces, and I always advise one or the other. Don't go for the big crazy earrings and the big crazy necklace. It's one or the other. If you go for the statement necklace, keep the earrings simple. Statement watch. Now, a lot of us don't wear watches anymore because we're always checking on our iPhones, but if you're in accounting or you're in corporate, it is a sign and a symbol to your clients who might be older than you, who come from a tradition of wearing watches, so that you can relate to them. They see it as tactful, responsible, that they can relate to you. Or get an Apple iPhone watch, like, and show that you're a little bit more modern and edgy. Let's talk a little bit about investment buys versus impulse, right? We are savvy ladies, so you're seeing all these wonderful slides and all these great things to do, but you're probably thinking, how do I do this on a budget? There are ways to go into Ann Taylor, Zara, Forever 21, H&M, and make sense of what they have in the store to make sense for you. So I want you to be aware of what are investment buys and what are impulsive and fillers. Your investment buys, you want to spend a little bit more on your coat, your bag, and your shoes. You want to invest in real leather so that that bag will last you for years. If you get a faux leather bag from, you know, DSW, it might wear out in 6 months and then you have to buy a new bag. So really invest and spend a little more money on your coat, your bag, your shoes, and genuine leather goods. They're going to last longer. I bought a coat, oh my gosh, I've had a coat for 6 years. It was an $800 coat. I got it on sale for $400. I've worn it for 6 years. Do the math. Divide $400 into 6 years. I'm spending less than $100 a year on that investment coat. Everywhere I wear it, people stop me. Oh my gosh, where did you get that coat? Fine jewelry, a great pair of diamond stud earrings, a beautiful watch. Invest in your workwear. T-shirts, jeans, casual wear you're doing on the weekends, you know, you can spend less. With your workwear, you want to invest more in your tailored pieces like your blazers, great fitting pants, skirts, and dresses. I also recommend investing in a great tailor too. It's hard to wear something right off the rack that's going to just fit you. The things that are more like spend less on, impulse and fillers, are your scarves, costume jewelry, tops and blouses. Like for every jacket you have, you should have at least 3 to 5 tops that you can wear under that jacket to switch the look of it. So tops and blouses, get them on sale. Get them in prints, get them in color, you know, get dresses on sale. Weekend wear and casual are your impulse fillers. So again, boom, get that bag, coat, and boot formula together, invest in it, and also have it be your style. Here in New York City, our coat becomes our vehicle. Have you ever been in the elevator going to or from an interview or to and from a networking event and you still have your coat on? Yes, that's where that first impression is starting. You don't know who you're going to meet in the elevator. You don't know who you're going to meet on the street. Again, your career is your stage of business. Everywhere you go, dress as if you're at an event. So boom, that coat is your vehicle and it sends a message. I am polished, I am prepared, I am put together. My coat, my bag, and my boot, they all go together. or choose different ones. A little bit of color, little bit of color, little bit of neutral. Your work bag, think this through. It needs form, function, and fashion. Make sure all your documents fit in it, nothing's flying out, and it's comfortable, and it suits your personality. Now with wallets and inserts, there's a little trick I'm going to teach you, right? So this Dagne Dover, you can fit everything in it. What I'm going to recommend is you carry a wallet that you can pull out of that giant tote bag. So if you go to a networking event, you can check the work bag in, but you can pull that wallet out. It has your business cards, it has your information. You can keep it as a clutch. That keeps your hands free to shake hands with people, yet you still have your things with you and your iPhone. And you know what? Find a fun one. If you have a basic black work bag, think of metallic or red or camel or a fun color. So when you're at that networking event, again, it's a conversation opener. Ooh, look at your cute metallic clutch. Where did you get that? Travel bags, also keep it tight and organized. Invest in great boots. These are your footwear, ladies. This is what you're walking around in. This is what gives you security. So invest in great shoes and boots and choose them wisely. If you can't wear high heels, don't wear them. Like, there is such a thing as too high. Save these platforms for the club and the weekend. Ask yourself, am I on the stage of business or am I going to a club? Be responsible with what you're wearing. Single soles or platforms. If you want a little height, platforms are comfortable. Otherwise, invest in a great pair of beige or neutral pumps. Block heels are popular in back. Very comfortable and they finish an outfit. And flats. Show personality in flats. I have to tell you, I have an aversion to flip-flops when the summer comes going to and from work. I know they're comfortable, but I say be that woman that's going to be recognized for having a fun pair of fashionable flats that you can switch on and off if you're going to and from work. And keep the pumps at work under the desk or keep them in that bag and switch out to heels at the event. Now let's go over some style updates now, and then we're going to open it up to questions in a little bit. These are my top 10. So write these down or take a picture of this slide. There's simple ways. And so every season, every quarter, when you go through that closet, you should just identify the top 5 to 10 things you need to shop for that season. You should plan that before you go out shopping, right? Be a savvy lady. You can shop smart if you are focused. So the style updates are a tailored jacket in a new pattern or color, tops that can stand alone, a great white shirt, dresses from your essential to statement. Look at that coat. We're going into spring, summer. Do you have a great trench coat or a wool coat that's going to get you through? Look at your shoes. Do they still fit you? Are they comfortable? Look for block heels. Try on your bottoms. Do your pants still fit you, or do you need a great fitting pair of pants? Midi skirts are become popular. And also I'm going to talk about some fun new trends just to keep your look updated. What I want to also talk about is season-less dressing. We're April, it's New York City, and it's still freezing cold out. So think of quarterly updates rather than seasonal updates. This way, you can purchase things that you can wear 9 months out of the year, whether you live in California, whether you live in Texas, whether you're listening in from Korea, wherever you're listening to from right now, think about seasonless things that will get you through 9 months out of the year, with the exception of 90-degree hot weather and very cold weather. A white blazer, great way to update. Oh my gosh, we've been wearing head to toe black all winter long. Pop a white blazer on top, it freshens it up. A tweed jacket, a total fresh way to update a basic. Blouses are making, oh my gosh, I'm loving all these new blouses. Look at how polished she looks on the right. She does not even need a jacket. This statement blouse stands out as on its own, yet she still has a little bit of sleeve coverage. She looks polished, tailored, and put together. So look for these beautiful new statement blouses that can stand alone even without a jacket. Identify what you consider your great white shirt. Some of you are classic and love your button down, but others of you might want to play with a little bit of ruffle and a little bit more feminine flair. A great white shirt is a great investment, so versatile. I'm loving this trend, right? For those of us who are a little rich on the bottom, or we just, you know, need a little forgiveness, these full, beautiful skirts are a great look to still look professional. Great investment is a chambray shirt. This will get you through all year round. You can dress it up with a skirt, or you can dress it up with a blazer, or you can dress it down with jeans. Wide leg pants, hallelujah. I am so happy wide leg pants are back in and popular. They're so easy to wear and so forgiving, and they're just a great way to update your work look. Florals, we are going into spring, summer. A great, fun, fresh way to update a solid outfit in a blouse or a skirt. And now taking all this, right? So you've identified your industry, your role, your goal. You're going to take some of these updates. You're going to decide what is going to make you stand out. So here's a fun combination. Take a white blazer, put on some wide leg striped pants, get a floral bag, pop it with some yellow pumps, and bam. If you saw this woman walking down the street, wouldn't you want to know who she is in this outfit? Or perhaps your statement is a little bit more subtle. A beautiful pair of wide leg camel pants will get you through all year round. Beautiful white statement. And always remember to accessorize. Finish it off with a great bag, pumps, and jewelry. Learn to make more with less. This is a capsule wardrobe. You are looking at 15 pieces here. You can make about 20 outfits from what you're looking here. So it's not about going out and shopping to buy a lot. It's buying just the core pieces you make. I do this for my clients all the time. I actually photograph all the outfits that are possible so that they can keep it in their iPhone. You are looking at 29 items here that can make 25 days of outfits. It's spring. It's the perfect time to edit your closet. Go through it, love it or leave it, identify those items you need. Think about investing in items that are versatile. This is one black blazer worn 3 different ways. And look at how different it looks every time you wear it. On the left, with a blush pink blouse, a pencil skirt, and burgundy pumps. Very professional, very business formal, but has personality. Or maybe you want to go desk to dinner. Wear it with velvet jeans, brocade booties, throw some tassel earrings. Or keep it business casual with a heather gray t-shirt and over jeans. When you buy blazers, make sure you can wear them 3 different ways. This is an example of what I do for my clients. I had a client, I said, you need a tweed jacket. Look at the 3 different ways she can wear it. Over her cobalt dress, over her black skirt, over her black dress with a burgundy blouse. Make sure your pieces you are buying, you can wear 3 different ways. Be a savvy lady when it comes to shopping. If you buy a head-to-toe suit, look, on the left, cobalt blue, head to toe. You can break that apart. Wear that cobalt blue dress with a white jacket or a tweed jacket. Make more with less. Be a savvy lady. One tweed skirt, you can wear 3 different ways. If you wore this to the office once a week, every week for 3 weeks, no one would even notice because you're switching it up on top. We're going to talk about putting this all together so you make the most impactful presence, memorability, both online and in person. Stand out as the expert. Now, you're going to work every day, you're going to that networking event, but what about your online profile? Is your LinkedIn photo up to date? Have you changed your hair? Are you a little bit older now? Make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated. Your image online is just as important as your image in person. Make sure they're consistent. I've had people message me through LinkedIn. They don't even have a LinkedIn picture. I don't trust who you are without a photo. So please, if there's one thing you're going to take away from this, have a LinkedIn photo and make sure it's up to date and make sure it's professional. These are some of my clients. That was Alyssa then. This is her now. Her hair changed, so she needed an updated profile picture. Smith Banfield, actually, it's funny, we were just talking about her. She just got her hair cut again, so she's going to need another updated picture. But look, before and after. Wear color. Look at that color that brings out her eyes. She updated her photo. Add a little pop of color. Look at what color can do to flatter your figure. This is one of my clients. She said, Tanya, I want to be seen as CEO of my company. She runs JPD Studio, which is a personal branding, web design. Look at her then and look at her now. Which one to you looks like the CEO that runs her own company? And I ended up photographing and styling. I'm so sorry. I ended up styling her whole team. Doesn't her team just look powerful and professional, all cohesive color, rather than the other one they then just kind of threw together for the website? I highly recommend, if you need an updated profile picture, I work with Alyssa Peak of Peak Photography. Again, stand out. Think that what's going to make you different. Wear color. Because every day is an event, ladies. You never know what opportunities you're going to have, who you're going to inspire by sharing who you are, your story. Dress to lead and dress to succeed. Share your story, embody your style, and stand out as the expert in your industry, no matter what that is. Because you absolutely can have anything in life if you dress for it. Ask yourself, well, who am I now? Where am I going next? What opportunities am I trying to magnetize? Beyond the first impression, how will I be remembered? What does my outfit say about me? I hope you got some great takeaways. If there was a lot here, so just to recap, identify your sheroes, create a Pinterest board. Focus on quarterly updates. When in doubt, wear a blazer. Use the power of color and accessories to attract online and in person. And always remember to define your role, your goal, and what's your thing that's going to make you stand out. We're going to open it to questions. And if you'd like to find out how to work with me, email me for a discovery call, Tania@SterlOnStyle. So ladies, let me know your questions. And if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. And you can also sign up for my newsletter on my website. All right, we'll open it to questions.
Thanks, Tanya. That was so fun. So if you have a question, you can use the chat box or you can email info@savvyladies.org. And I see one of the questions that came in is, I recently started attending a lot of networking events for my new marketing job. Most of the time I go by myself and meet new people, but sometimes I'll go with my work colleagues, and I'm starting to see some of the same people at the events. I don't want to buy a whole new wardrobe. Do you think I can get away with a handful of solid colored dresses and change up my accessories so no one will realize that I'm wearing the same thing over and over?
Yeah, isn't that key, right? Because it's so great to buy that red dress and be the woman remembered in the red dress, but then it's like, oh, she's wearing that red dress again. So yeah, there's ways to rotate it. Two ways to approach that. One, I would say jackets also can be versatile. Keep an extra one at your office. Keep one in red or tweed or white or a color, so that during the day at the office, you could be wearing one thing, and then when you go to that event, you can pop that jacket on to switch it up. So, and I do recommend buying different colored blouses, because even if you're wearing that same blazer, if you wear a striped blouse under a black blazer, a polka dot blouse, a red blouse, if you switch up the blouse that you're wearing under that same blazer, it's going to switch up your look. So without spending a lot of money, yes, I would say go to the sale racks, look for your size, and just start to slowly collect a rotation of dresses in different colors that will be your go-to dresses. And you might need to plan ahead a little bit. You might need to say, okay, on a Monday, look at your work week, Monday through Friday. Thursday night, I'm going to that networking event. I better save that red dress for Thursday, and then put it in your rotation for like a couple weeks later. Dresses, there are so many affordable dresses now that you can buy in fun colors, reds, blues, greens. And yes, by changing up your statement necklaces, you can totally change up the look of the dress. So I say get some great dresses in rotation. Make sure they're in color though. And if you do wear a black dress, pop like a red blazer or some fun, funky, colorful necklace on top. And you're just going to have to plan ahead a little bit. But yeah, since you're going to a lot of events and seeing a lot of the same people, It doesn't mean you have to go out tomorrow and buy 10 dresses. It just means, let me go and see if I can get one dress in a color I don't own on sale for under $100. And then you can just kind of start to build that variety piece by piece. So I hope that was helpful.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next question is, if you're short and not very thin, can you wear a lot of colors at once, or will it look choppy and you should really be sticking to just one color tone?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. And I know we covered a lot in the seminar. And I think I'm going to do, I might even propose a separate one all about, you know, fit and dressing for your figure. So dressing for your body type, again, figure flattering rules is all about creating visual balance and vertical lines. So you want to think vertical stripes. You want to avoid horizontal stripes. You want to avoid horizontal lines. You want to avoid anything that's going to sit boxy at your widest points of your body. Identify what those widest points are. It might be your hip point. It might be your bust point. You want hemlines. You want angles. You want verticals. So again, think about creating vertical lines and visual balance. Monochromatic dressing does create vertical line. So yes, wearing all black will make you taller. You also want to keep color near your face. Avoid wearing color on the bottom, because if someone looks at you, it's going to draw their eye down. You want to draw the person's eye up towards your face, because again, that's creating that vertical line. If you're going to wear bright colors, wear them against your face. Wear darker colors on the bottom. And there's a way to do tonal dressing, right? You don't have to wear all black all the time. You could do navy with black. You could do different tones of gray, light gray on top, dark gray on the bottom, and a pale pink blouse. Again, keeping that color near the face. So what you want to avoid is anything horizontal or that's going to cut you off at your widest part. Think vertical, long lines, monochromatic, keep bright colors on top near your face, and also V-necks. V-necks, vertical lines, and angles, anything that's going to bring the eye up.
Okay, thank you. This question is kind of related to what you were just speaking about. It's how do you figure out the flattering colors for you and knowing what would work best for each person?
Oh, yes, my dear. There is a total art and science between color analysis, and I actually took a color analysis certification class. It takes a really fine trained eye. It is something that I do with my clients. It's without meeting you and seeing you, you might want to email me so we could hop on maybe that virtual session. I can break it down kind of basic. So hair, eye, and skin tone. If you have dark hair and dark eyes and very light fair skin, this is called high contrast. You can wear jewel tones, deep colors. If you have dark hair, dark eyes, and dark skin, that is also a beautiful, deep, rich color palette, but you might want to brighten it and wear the opposite color, like a mustard yellow. If you have very light hair, light skin, and light eyes, then you don't want dark colors that are going to drain you and wash you out. You want to wear juicy mid-tone colors like aquas and pinks that are actually going to give a little color to your skin. If you have red hair and fair skin, again, warm tones. There is a lot of science to it, and like I said, myself and other image consultants, we actually get color certification. But as a general default, just think of your hair, your eye, and your skin tone. Complement your eyes. If you have blue eyes, you look great in blues. If you have hazel eyes, you look great in neutrals. If you have deep dark black or dark brown eyes, you will look great in dark rich jewel tones. And that's as much as I can give without actually meeting you or seeing you. And then also go to my Pinterest page, because I do have examples by category based on hair, eye, and skin tone, what color palette looks good for you. I do recommend to, you know, get a color analysis or work with someone. Even a makeup artist could help you, because your wardrobe should stay within like a 10 color palette to make sure it's all mix and match and working together. There's also a test, like if you hold a color up next to your face in the mirror, do not look at the color, look at your skin, look at what the color is doing against your skin. If it's giving you a warm, healthy glow, then it works for you. If it's making you look ashy, if it's making you look tired, if it's making you look washed out, don't wear that color.
Okay, great tips. And the last question we have is, I work in a male-dominant industry. What are your thoughts on trying to stand out versus dressing to blend in?
Yes, yeah, I have a couple clients like you. Here's the interesting thing about working with men. Men are easily distracted. I would just be totally honest with you, right? Women working with women, we're like, wow, fabulous dress. I love that color, blah, blah, blah. It can be a little bit different dynamic with men. So what I want to recommend is make sure your appearance is attractive without being distractive. Anything that could be distracting, avoid. V-necks that are too deep and low. Hemlines that are too short and show off too much leg. Open toe or peep toe shoes. Anything that could be perceived as too revealing, save it for the weekend, save it for your date, save it for your girlfriends. You are going to convey the wrong impression, and they're going to notice you for the wrong reasons. So always default to tailored. Invest in great tailored blazers, dresses with sleeves. If you're working at your desk, take the jacket off, you're okay. You can be sleeveless. You can show your arms. If you're going into a meeting and you're reporting to a peer or a supervisor that's male dominated, put that jacket on. Be seen as, you know, one of the people in the room. But it doesn't mean that jacket needs to be boring and the same notch collar jacket that all the men have on. You can wear a beautiful jacket that has a little bit of a ruffle or an interesting color or tweed. So again, the rule with working in an all male dominated industry is just remember they are so easily distracted. So don't wear anything too revealing. If you're gonna wear it, take responsibility for it and default to just tailored, flattering lengths, flattering necklines. Don't be too revealing and just add your personality. It's funny, I have one of my clients, she works in fintech. She's brilliant and it's all men. She's the only woman. And they have like wear a tie day. And she's like, thanks guys. What does that mean for me? And I was like, you know what that's going to be for you? Wear a fun scarf that day. Or wear a print blouse that like has a fun print to it. So even within like business casual, there's, you know, there's ways around this, but just, I'm sorry if I'm going to be blunt, but the reality check is men are more easily distracted. Don't give them a reason to be distracted. Just be seen as that expert, pulled together, professional, smart. You're bringing your know-how in and still make it yours. Have a little personality. It could be in your glasses. It could be in your shoes, your accessories. But when you're going into that meeting or you're reporting, put that blazer on, put that tailored piece on, a blouse with a sleeve, a dress with a sleeve. Yeah, keep it pulled together.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tania. I want to thank everyone for joining us today and let you know that we'll be sending out the information that Tania, and thank you so much, Tania, for a really, really excellent presentation.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.